Welcome to the Third Half Podcast. This is episode 6. Lots to cover, lots to discuss, lots of local football. Are you ready? Here we go. So first of all, thank you very much for tuning in to another week episode of the podcast. If you haven't already, hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. We're joined by the fabulous trio that we normally have with our panel of discussions. We have Javon Williams and also Jamal Tucker. Gentlemen, how are you both doing?
Doing all right.
All as well?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling great.
Feeling great? Yeah, like last time you had get some vitamin C and everything up on live now.
Up on live, bro. Unsickable. You never heard it before. Unsickable. If you see me sick, I mean make me sick. Boom.
Good motive to have there. All right, guys, so let's get right into the first topic in relation to the Jamaica Premier League. Yes, we started out with 14. Now we're down to just 4. Can you believe it? We had 6 a couple of weeks ago. Now it's down to just 4 teams. Yep, the defending champions are still in it, but last season's runners-up are out. So we're going to go right into the discussion of things. Jeff, I want to start with you on this one because, you know, you've been there from match day 1 when we had the round-robin play of competition. How have you seen things progress from where it is to having games at Arnett Gardens to where we are now at Sabina Park, the back end of the season? The vibes, the excitement, the quality of the football so far?
I like what I see. I mean, it was kind of surprising to me that, I think I'm jumping ahead in the conversation, but I think it's surprising to me that I saw JP like 10th in the whole CONCACAF ranking thing, cause I don't know, bro. I saw Nicaragua ball are going better than we. I don't really know, cause the game look nice. I mean, it's very up and down, I must say, very up and down. Some days coffee, some days tea, but the playoffs match so far at Sabina Park looking pretty nice. I mean, I like what I see. I see the progression. I remember Arnett started the season pretty dull. Now they finished top of the league, waiting to see them in the semis. Cavaliers, you know, not much down, but a little bit up. And them kind of slow down. I don't know if it's a case of rust. What you call that, rust or rest? So them have the rest. So now them kind of rusty, something like that. Mount Pleasant was going pretty well. Trivante seemed like him to get off a score now. But overall, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I like what I see, and I'm very excited. The matches are pretty excited. Sabina Park is booming. Let's go.
Jamal, the action you've seen from the season started to present, we know Arnett Gardens, the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, is known for its atmosphere, no matter who is playing. But now the attention swifts to Sabina Park. Your thoughts of action in the JPL?
Yeah, so as Jeff said, it was a little slow for some of the teams. I think maybe there is still some adjustment, because they're playing now predominantly at very set stadiums that aren't necessarily their own, or with fans that aren't necessarily their own. But what I liked from a more critical eye is that most of the teams, they actually had something that they were trying to do. They weren't just going out there with 11 people and then lumping the ball around trying to score a goal. There was actually some tactics behind it. There was some thought to the football. So that was good to see in the sense of like making sure that we get some sort of quality football and not just like vibes. You know what I mean? It's not just vibes, there's actually football being played. So from that perspective, it was good to see. And then when you're just talking about on the face value in terms of action and excitement, it was really good. I think the playoff games especially have been good. The second legs more so than even the first legs. The excitement there was, I guess that because we talked about it in a previous podcast about whether or not the second first and second leg semi-final makes sense. We see where the excitement can come from, because in the second legs it looked much more exciting.
Very much so. Jeff, let me go back with you on this one in relation to, before we get to Sabina Park, it feels as the momentum is starting to improve even more, where corporate is getting involved, the fans are getting engaged as well. It's like they feel part of the journey, part of the process now at these games in the JPL, and corporate is having their imprint, whether it might be giveaways, might be just partying in the stands. There feels a connection this year.
I mean, most definitely, and I think the connection this year 876 stream played a huge role in that, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, you're seeing more of the league, even the ball in them talk to me and I say, yo, them want them picture, them can take them picture and put on them lock screen, or you know, them can put it on them Instagram page and get 2 girls off it, and you know. But you know, so they're seeing more. 876 Stream is doing a wonderful job in helping the promotion of the league. You know, even man when I follow up the league would say, yo, them love the promo video them, or them like the song and them go listen to the song, and when them hear the song, they remember the league, so on and so forth. So promotion overall, you know, small plug, but promotion is a lot better. Big up the PFJL, you know, the team over there is helping in promoting. May I see some of the video them up on the big screen them in a New Kingston. So promotion of the league is doing better. So being that more eyes and it's where the promotion is better, sponsors easier to jump on and say, alright, me catch little of the forward where I go on, you know? And give thanks to the amount we start now, because eventually the product will get better, the football will get better, hopefully the fields will get better, thus the sponsors look better in the big picture, you know? So it's a work in progress, you know. I mean,
well said.
Gone are the days when Red Stripe and us beer that give you and beer sitting and drinks and you know. So the thing have to look more pristine now and you know, cut corners with the corner them have to neat and fine. You can't slap that shit thing like one time. You know? So I like what I'm seeing. I personally think I have a few sponsors in mind who I think could have do more, you know, but maybe them not feel like them need for do more yet because what's the return on investment, you know,
return.
so on and so forth. But yo, it's a work in progress. Let's see it go out. I'm very excited for next season.
Yeah, compelling times ahead. Jamal, you know, your thoughts as well in relation to Sabino, because a lot of people will have different mixed views as relation. Many will talk about the surface, which is, a lot of people say excellent, but logistics, getting to Sabino, security, everything, getting through all of those elements just to get into the venue itself might be a bit more tedious than, say, a national stadium or a Stadium East. You know, your thoughts about Sabina as a venue for football?
So we talked about that as well in previous podcasts, and we've written about it as well on the website. Like, there are a number of things that go into having a proper stadium or atmosphere for the match, for a football match that is. Sabina provides a good atmosphere, I think. The surface is, as we mentioned, pretty good. We were speaking off here. It's a good place for the ball to roll. And, you know, anywhere where the ball can roll smoothly is a good place to play football. Especially in this country, that's a significant improvement, right? The trouble is what you mentioned in terms of the logistics, right? And that's a big part of it. Something that's often overlooked, but it is significant in the sense that if you want to fill Sabina Park, it's going to be very, very difficult to find parking for everybody. It's going to be difficult to really kind of channel people properly and effectively, right? Remember, it's right on South Camp Road, which is to say if there's any kind of line, the entire traffic flow on that road becomes an issue, right? And there's not too many other, like there's no let off for the traffic because the only other way to get to Sabina Park other than South Camp Road is through a community, a residential area, right? So it's like there's not a whole lot of options, unlike with Stadium where it is kind of centralized and there's a number, there's like roads right around it leading in and out of the area, right? So that aspect of it is something that, you know, basically you're just gonna have to deal with, to be honest, because it was already renovated. What is there now has been renovated for the 2006 World Cup, Cricket World Cup, and the 2007 Cricket World Cup, and then again I think when visiting dignitary was coming, they did some more renovations or something like that. But the point is that what it is now as a ground, as a location, it's kind of what it's going to be. As far as what it can be for us, I think it's still good. I mean, if the worst you have to deal with is just finding parking and dealing with crowds, but you get good football surface and a fantastic atmosphere, because a full Sabina Park can be rocking. You know what I mean? And then they even have the party stand too, so it's like you can even have that variance in terms of what kind of atmosphere you have. I think it's a good place to go, and for what we have right now, because we know it costs money to do anything more than what we have right now. So working with what we have, it's one of the best places I think to play football.
I've said it time and time again. The ball game sweeter at Sabina Park, 100%. I mean, sweeter for the fans, sweeter for me as a photographer, because the lights are way better at Sabina than at Stadium or at Arnett Gardens, you know. So 100%. You know, if I not say if you keep playing ball at Sabina, but if you can get, you know, more pitches similar to Sabina, then I'm all for it. Then and then even like completely off topic, while I was there, I say, yo, Jano Star, like when cricketer play, when CPL play, the whole of this full in, bro, like that's lit.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get that for your football match, bro.
Yeah, and you know
actually Flow Cup.
Exactly, that's a good example. Yeah, the Super Cup.
True, yeah.
It was always full, and you saw the kind of excitement you get from it. I feel like, you know what, something that what we're not really taking note of. Remember, Sabina for that same World Cup was renovated.
Correct.
It is the most modern stadium one of the most modern stadiums in Jamaica right now, and certainly in Kingston, right? So for that reason alone, like Jeff just mentioned, even the lights are better. Light, brother. Just bulb.
I know people that think nothing wrong with Savannah, not Savannah, National Stadium, like the fans are the
they can
patrons.
see. They can see what's going
them
on.
don't really know. Them just look with them regular eye. Oh, them can see, but me I tell you, bro. Like,
it's a difference.
Me I tell you,
it's a difference. That's why when you look on some of the content coming out today, you think, oh, this look neat. Like, what them I shoot with? Like, nothing. It's just better lighted.
She might kill me. Racers Grand Prix. Why? She might kill me. I really hope no international photographer not come down here. Cause when them look up and see the 5 bulb them out.
But yeah, Jeff, I was even going to ask you about that, because if you look at the layout of Sabina, right, it's like the fans are on top of the players.
Yeah.
So as a photographer, when you're at pitch side and you hear behind you this noise, you must say to yourself, whoa, what is it?
The energy. And then even like just simple thing like taking a fan photo is a lot easier. Like
they're right
the
there.
field is right here. Yeah. Then when we hear a goal, we can just look
turn
up.
Around.
Boom,
Exactly. Yeah.
Stadiums are completely different ball game. You know, we might have to go run across the pitch, go over in the every. But again, just comparing to what we know international wise, when they go Jersey, are the same thing. The field right here,
there,
so and the fans are right behind it. You know, but the only reason why it look like that at stadium because it's the stadium built for track.
It's a multi-purpose.
Yeah, it's a multi-purpose.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Sabina is a purpose-built stadium, not for football, but it is purpose-built. So there's no additives to it. It's just field, fans. You know what I mean? Just from one to the other. And no man, it provides a wicked atmosphere when the place is full.
Totally wicked, dude.
Quite an atmosphere indeed. All right, folks, so this was the first, part of the podcast. We're going to go into the second one. But firstly, did you know that back in 1925, Sabina Park was used for football? Yes, before it was called the Reggae Boys. Jamaica had internationals there. They had international football matches at Sabina Park. It doesn't look like it does today, but football matches were even played there before the National Stadium was built.
So it's not a new idea.
Not new, but something we've discussed time after time again.